everyone, and this is Bree. Today we are going to do the BP oil spill.
No! God, please, no! No!
Too late.
No!
In the BP oil spill, more than 200 million of crude oil was pumped in the Gulf of Mexico for a total of 87 days, making it the biggest oil spill in U.S. history. 60,000 miles of the coastline have been affected, including the coasts of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, and also Florida. People have blamed Obama for the BP oil spill, so let's see what Obama has to say about that.
Every available resource to stop the oil from coming ashore. Over 1 million feet of barrier boom have been deployed to hold the oil back. Hundreds of thousands of gallons of dispersant have helped to break up the oil, and about 4 million gallons of oily water have been recovered.
At least he's not the actor Mark Wahlberg. I mean, look at this dude. Come on now.
The images were iconic. Louisiana's state bird, covered in oil, a symbol of the Gulf disaster. PJ Hahn was there to document it.
The media, we would get out there before the workers would get out there, and once they started seeing these poor birds covered in oil, gasping for air, and those pictures came back, we said, yeah, we're going to get some
When
help.
I seen this video, I was like in tears, basically. It was terrible. Good thing is that we found out that the birds that are almost extinct go here, and then also all other types going into these little islands in the middle of the ocean. That they're also nesting here, and also without no predators at all. But it still makes me angry! Now an interview from Caleb Alloway that survived the blowout.
With the helicopter ride in. Everybody else was asleep, but it was my first helicopter ride out there, so I was in the window, you know, just excited.
In 2007, Caleb Holloway flew out into the Gulf of Mexico to start his new job on the Deepwater Horizon. Holloway worked as a floor hand, loading lengths of pipe down the well. Holloway worked long hours, but he says his employer Transocean was meticulous about safety.
Safety meeting after safety meeting after safety meeting. We had weekly safety meetings, we had daily safety.
The crew even helped make a music video on hand safety.
Keep them clear, the roughneck driven on pipe, we keep them clear, the whole DWH, we keep them clear.
In the video are glimpses of at least 4 of the 11 men who would not survive the April 20th disaster.
The guys on the rig, I mean, were brothers. The friendships and the pranks and the fun, just everything that we had as a crew.
Holloway is one of the few members of the drilling crew to survive the blowout. The Macondo well had been troublesome from the beginning. Some called it the well from hell. But BP and Transocean were behind schedule and pushing to get the job done. Holloway recalls his final moments in the Deepwater Horizon. Around 8:30, he and his buddy were filling out paperwork on the drilling floor in the assistant driller shack when their boss radioed.
He just said they needed a hand down there in the pump room.
His partner took the call.
And when he started card, he just stood up and he grabbed his pen and he threw it down on the desk and he said, "I'll see you at 11:30, buddy." And that's when we knocked off, and that was the last I got to talk to him.
Holloway turned to another task with fellow floor hand Daniel Barron.
I said, "Oh shit," and took off running.
Mud gushed out of the well and poured off the drilling floor. Holloway and Barron sprinted to the drilling floor, where chunks of debris crashed around them. Mud and water sprayed in all directions, soaking them from head to toe. Holloway had trained for emergencies, but not for this. He tried to radio his boss in the drill shack. He needed to find cover, so he followed Barron to the heavy tool house, which had a phone linked to the drill shack. But he smelled gas. Gas sensors went off, but the bridge failed to activate emergency systems that might have prevented gas from spreading or igniting. They also failed to immediately sound the general alarm to start evacuation. Meanwhile, Holloway and Barron headed toward the lifeboat deck. On the way, the lights went out. Then they heard the first explosion. That explosion, and a second larger one, are believed to have centered in these engine rooms. 4 men in the engine control room were caught in the blasts, but managed to survive. Holloway noticed that few of the crew had made it to the lifeboats. He climbed out and saw the door to the crew's quarters had been blown open. A group of disoriented men stumbled from a darkened hallway. He used his flashlight to guide them out. Towering over them, the derrick was in flames. One of his buddies crawled over the handrail to jump into the water. The friends survived the 60-foot fall and swam to safety. Holloway was one of the last to get into his lifeboat. The lifeboat descended into an eerily calm sea. A nearby supply ship became a refuge for the survivors.
And I just kept going around person to person and asking them, have you seen Shane? Have you seen Adam? Have you seen Roy? Have you seen Carl?
Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Must be stupid if you think that we can start again.